Hey, hey, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Oh, shucks. I had to think for a second. What's going on? Happy Thursday, everybody. Look, we're about to do it. This is going to be the first time we do a versus. I don't know if anybody ever watched like the verses on online where they have like artist versus artist or producer versus producer, and they bring their catalog, they perform, their catalog, like their hits and all of that stuff. I don't know if anybody has ever seen it, but that's what I want to. I'm not gonna say I'm doing that per se, but it's gonna be something like that. It's a crypto edition of the verses. So come on in, come on in. Excuse me. I am so looking forward to having this conversation. I am. So listen, go ahead right now and like this particular live stream, especially if you are into crypto like I am. If you are new to cryptocurrency, you're curious about crypto, this is the perfect time to start learning because this is a learning verses. Okay, we're gonna have some fun with it. All right, but at the end of the day, I want to make sure y'all are well aware of the difference between these things because I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of questions about, hey, what's going on? Real money is go. Thank you for grabbing that heart, me. Um, good afternoon, good evening, good morning if anybody is here on the other side of the world. Okay, we are doing something different. Okay, like I was saying to everybody who was already here or just coming in, we're gonna be doing a crypto versus. Okay, thank you for grabbing that go pop. I appreciate you. Uh, so we're doing a crypto versus. Before we get into it, I want to kind of give a understanding to people who are new to crypto or curious about crypto to make sure they know, what Bitcoin is and then what are altcoins. So when we do talk about altcoins and all of that stuff, now people will understand what those are. Okay. So it's not, I'm just going to be throwing out terms that you don't understand. This is still learning. Okay. We're still learning at the end of the day. Coming in, share, repost. You can share it to your stores. You can share it to individuals that you know are curious about crypto or just getting started and they have no clue what they're doing. What's going on, Jerry? I see you. What's up? And repost. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, happy Thursday. Okay. And then y'all see these are the goals over here for y'all on TikTok. I'm on YouTube as well. So if you cannot stay for the entire time, okay, this will be recorded on YouTube. That's Prosperity Calls on YouTube, okay? So you can still come back and watch the rest of it on YouTube. So you're not gonna miss it if you're driving, if you're at work or whatever, and you gotta go tend to the kids or do whatever. That's fine. Handle your business, but you can also watch the replay on YouTube, okay? So we're gonna get into it, okay? I want to make sure that everybody is well aware of what we're doing here. Now, I need to make sure I say this because there are people who ask questions a lot, and they want specifics from me. And y'all, right now, legally, I cannot give you specifics on anything. I do financial consulting, but I'm not a licensed financial advisor yet. It's in the works, but I'm not there yet. So if you ask me, well, should I invest in this particular cryptocurrency or this particular company in the stock market? I cannot tell you that legally. That's for both of our protection. Okay. Now, what I'm doing tonight is a way to, hey, thank you, Jerry, for the rose. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much, Jerry. Um, so that's for both of our protection. So what I can do is what I'm doing tonight. We're going to talk about some stuff, and then I'm going to give you some homework. Y'all know those who have been on my lives before when we do crypto one-on-ones on Tuesdays and Thursdays, y'all already know it's homework. You're not coming over here to just listen to some music and talk about crypto and then you off to do whatever you want to do. No. The expectation is we're good students. Okay? In order for us to make more money in any market, we have to study that market, correct? So that's what we're doing tonight. Okay. So we're going to talk about Bitcoin versus altcoins. I'm going to give y'all a few crypto terms that you should know as a crypto investor. So for my people who have not put a penny a dime, a dollar into the cryptocurrency market, this is definitely for you. If you are new and you don't know what the heck you're doing, this is for you. Okay. We're going to talk about the stuff. We're going to address the questions that every beginner asks, but is afraid to admit. Okay. Y'all know what that question is? I've had this multiple times too. Leona, why is it so many cryptocurrencies? Right? And why does everybody keep talking about Bitcoin like it's just so special? What about all these other ones that I hear about? We're gonna get into that tonight. Okay. So let's get into it. I want to talk about Bitcoin first, and then we're gonna get into altcoins. All right. So if you're like, what is an altcoin? Patience, young grasshopper. I got you. Just give me a second. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so very much for continuing to like the live. Let's get it to 1,000 real fast. That would be awesome. Share, repost, repost. And if you don't want to share it to people just yet, welcome Wade. What's going on? What's going on, my brother? You can also share it to your story. Okay, let me share it to your story. All right, so let's talk about this because I'm on YouTube and I'm on TikTok at the same time. All right, so Bitcoin. Why does Bitcoin matter? Okay, why does Bitcoin matter? Well, I'm not going to say I'm biased when it comes to cryptocurrency, but I will say the only reason why I'm invested in cryptocurrency is because Bitcoin is the one that started it all. If it wasn't for Bitcoin, then none of these other cryptocurrencies that people debate and argue are better than the next, they wouldn't exist. Okay, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate you, Charity and Wade. Okay, so Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency in 2009. Okay, 2009. Okay, we're not talking about that. I need you to follow along. We in school right now. We in school. Okay, we're doing a crypto versus right now. We're not talking about bull runs, bear runs. We're not doing any of that. Follow along. Okay. Hey, Miss Martine, thank you for grabbing that heart. I appreciate you. All right, cool. All right. So, why does Bitcoin matter? One, Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency. If it was not for Bitcoin coming on the scene in 2009, all these other cryptos that y'all argue about would not exist. Okay, that's number one. Number two, it was created in response. Hey, Brown Sugar, I see you. I see you. Say I used to run track. What charity? Brown Sugar, thank you for grabbing that heartbeat. I appreciate you. All right, but Bitcoin was created in response to financial system failures. We all have been complaining about the traditional financial system for quite some time. Okay. And so that's why Bitcoin has come on the scene. Number three, it was designed to be scarce. Why, Leona? Because there's only 21 million Bitcoin to ever be created. Question for y'all. What happens when there is a limited supply of something that everybody wants to have in their possession? What happens? Just throw some stuff out in the chat real quick. Let me know what happens when there is a limited supply of something that everybody wants to have access to. What happens? Type it in the chat. Price increase. There we go, Charity. Right? Price is going to increase. It makes it more valuable. I'm loving these answers. That's what's up. Okay? All right? So, Bitcoin is that thing. All right? So, I want us to think of, and this is what we hear. What's going on, Crypto Chick? Thank you so very much for sharing the live. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So what we hear pretty often is Bitcoin is like digital gold. Okay. Now, it's not trying to do everything. All right. It's trying to do one thing extremely well. It's trying to do one thing extremely well. Mr. Redline said, "Are the future." Okay, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Okay. So it's trying to do one thing extremely well, and that's be sound, decentralized money. It wants to be sound, decentralized money. Hey, go DJ, because that's my DJ. What's going on, DJ Unstoppable? I told you every time you come in here, I got that for you. Okay? So that is Bitcoin in a nutshell, real quick. We're going to get to the verses part, y'all. We just want to talk about Bitcoin versus altcoins. So when you hear, for my people who are curious about crypto, haven't put a dime into it yet, for my people who have put some money into it, but you don't understand what you're doing, like, child, please help, because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, as an investor in the crypto space, right? You're going to hear altcoins. You want to know what altcoins are. Okay, so altcoins just mean anything that is not Bitcoin. Altcoins is short for alternative coins. Cool. So anything that is not Bitcoin is considered an altcoin. Now, are there other titles for certain altcoins? Yes, there is. Miss D, what's going on? Welcome. Happy, excuse me. Happy Thursday. I'm sorry, y'all. Something's up my throat. Ugh. Get my water. But yeah. So anything that is not Bitcoin. Cool. Oh, now you tripping. Come on with the music. You was doing just fine. And now all of a sudden, there we go. Okay. So anything that is not, hey, yes indeed. Happy Thursday. Okay. Anything that is not Bitcoin. So there are some altcoins. Okay. I know, right? I know. Hey, thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing the live. Okay. So some of those altcoins are what we're going to talk about tonight. Ethereum, which is the number 2 cryptocurrency. Okay. XRP. We're going to talk about that. That's why we're having this versus tonight. So for the people who just came in, what's going on, friend after dark? I see you. What's going on, Hershey's? I see you. Happy Thursday, y'all. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, friend. Okay. So when people are talking about you should be buying Ethereum, you should be buying XRP, Bitcoin is dead, like somebody just typed into the chat and talking about all this other stuff or whatever. Listen, we are going to talk about that, and then you can make that decision for yourself. Thank you so very much, friend, for grabbing that harmony. Welcome back, Miss D. I see you. Okay. So I said some altcoins are like Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, HBAR. There's a whole lot. All right. Now there's over 16,000 cryptocurrencies out here. Okay. Now all cryptocurrencies are not created equal. So we need to make sure we keep that in mind. All right. But some of these altcoins, yes, sir. 16,000. Ridiculous. Okay. So some altcoins are faster. Some altcoins are cheaper. Some altcoins are programmable. Some are built for apps, games, finance. Got it? Okay. So each one serves their specific purpose. So this is why in the crypto space, I don't like when people try to say one is better than the other, right? Because each one has their own purpose. They have their own lane. They serve a specific purpose. I cannot say that enough. Okay. Now there are some that are created to be money grabs. All right. They are just here to take some people money and then they out. They're not going to be here next year. They're not going to be here in the next 5 years. Okay. So I want to let y'all know I'm going to use Ethereum because that's the number 2 cryptocurrency. Okay. So Ethereum, for example, is like a decentralized computer. So remember, for my people who weren't here, all right, before, I want to tell y'all, decentralized simply means there's no government involved. It's not controlled by one particular person or one entity. Got it? It does not require you to provide in this particular finance system, right? It doesn't require you to provide driver's license, passports, proof of identity, like providing utility bills and all this. It doesn't require you to do all of that. Okay, that's decentralized. So Ethereum is like a decentralized computer. It doesn't require all of that information that the centralized system, the one that we are familiar with our banks, with our stock brokerages, and so on and so forth, it does not. Decentralized is totally opposite. Okay, so Ethereum, like I said, that decentralized computer, whereas other coins focus on payments, privacy, gaming, DeFi in general, which is short for decentralized finance. Cool. So hopefully now we understand decentralized versus centralized, and then decentralized finance. Okay. Brown Sugar, thank you so very much for the thank you so very much for the roses. Okay. So we haven't gotten there yet, Lynn, Vasquez. Gotta slow your roll, okay? Slow your roll, because I haven't even said smart contract. Let's take our time. All right. So here's an important beginner rule. It's all good. Now, if you want to tell people in the chat, you can do that by all means. You can type it in there, but make sure if you're gonna help them out, give it to them very, very simple, because everybody that comes on my lives, they are either curious about crypto, they haven't put money into it yet, or they're new. So they don't need all that jargon that people throw out and don't explain. Okay? Because that's gonna be the fastest way for them to exit stage left. Okay. Arn, what's going on? Thank you so very much for the follow. What's going on, Mr. Howard? Happy Thursday. I see you. I see you. Sam, I see you. Thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. All right. So a simple way to kind of think about, Bitcoin versus our altcoins. Okay. This is a simple way where you say, right, we the baby clay. Hello. That's the whole point of my lives, y'all. I'm not that person that's over here talking to people who've been in the crypto space for 10 years and stuff. This is for people who do not know what they're doing, but they want to know what they're doing. Okay? It's a whole lot of them out there. Millions upon millions. All right? So here's a simple way for us to, that's right, speak to us newbies. Hello, I got you. All right, it's okay, Mr. Howard. You can help with educated people in the chat. That would be awesome. Okay, if you can stick around. All right. Jessica said we need the teachers that can break it down for the. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I repeated quit recording twice. Quit paying, Charity. Quit playing. All right. So Bitcoin, all right, for my people who are new or curious about crypto, Bitcoin, think of this like a store of value. Like we said, digital gold. People invest in gold. Why? For my people who have invested, period, why do people put money into gold? Drop it in the chat for me real quick. Why do people put money into gold? And I'm not talking about, just the average person. I'm talking about the people with the big money. Listen to what they're saying. Why do they put money into gold? Yep, a store of value, whole value, store of value. Hello. So it retains value. There we go. So Bitcoin in the crypto space is equivalent to that, right? It retains value. Okay. Altcoins, you said they scared. And it's been steady for a long time. Absolutely. Okay. Now, altcoins, y'all, our alternative coins, everything that is not Bitcoin. Okay. Said gold is steady. Yes, it is. Okay. Altcoins, all right, are experiments and tools. Because again, what did I say? They're considered to be faster. They're cheaper. They're programmable, right? They are built for apps, games. They're gaming cryptocurrencies, tokens, right? Yep. So everything that runs on top. Hello. All right. So some of these altcoins will survive. Most of them won't. This is why I led with what I led with. Thank you so very much for the follow, Brooke. This is why I led with what I led with. All cryptocurrencies are not created equal. Okay? So, moving forward, not tonight, but moving forward, we will talk about like what Leona looks for to say, yep, this is a good project. Okay? Is it the best? I can't tell you what's the best. All right? That's up to your interpretation. Okay? That's why we're doing the verses tonight. Because I want you to hear the information, and then the people who've been in the crypto space for a long time, they're going to drop their pros and cons too. Hey, what's going on, Edward? Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Right? They're going to drop their pros and cons for Bitcoin. They're going to drop their pros and cons for Ethereum. They're going to drop their pros and cons for XRP. Okay? This is part of that research that we're going to be doing in the future, because this is the time to start studying while prices are low. There's no need to rush. You don't have to feel pressure to make a decision tonight. I see you. You know, how do you decide? We got you. We got you. Take your time. Okay? So let's go. This is our verses. We are going to be so. What up, everybody? Been in the space since 2016. Well, let's go. Lucrative desires. I love that. I love to hear it. Absolutely. That's what's up. Okay. So we're going to do our verses. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Ready to do this verses? The prices are so nice right now. They are, man. They are, man. I love it. Okay. So now, yes, he put ready in the chat. Ready. Yeah, ready. Let's go. So now that we understand what Bitcoin is and what altcoins are, we're going to try to do our best tonight to make this practical. Okay. Because everybody asks which one is better. You know, yes, Brooke said it. Everything is on sale right now. Perfect timing. Okay. So, like I said, for the people who weren't here earlier tonight, this Crypto 101 for beginners is going to be a bit different because we're about to go into versus mode. All right. So let me ask y'all something real quick. Okay. If I handed you on YouTube, you on TikTok, if I handed you $1,000 tonight and said you could only put that $1,000 into one cryptocurrency, either Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP, and you couldn't touch it for 5 years, which one are you choosing? Type it in the chat real quick. Don't overthink this. Don't overthink it. Type it in the chat. BTC, ETH, or XRP. Okay. I see some XRPs and BTC. Okay. I don't see any Ethereum. I'm really curious. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna ask y'all in a minute, but just let me get to it. I see you. Bitcoin all day. I see you. Okay. Say the daddy coin. Come on. Brown Sugar said ETH is too slow. Hey, you know, we're gonna talk about it. We got to talk about it, okay? We say it's on fire sale right now, right? You say BTC Maxi versus XRP ARM. Hello? Come on, I'm about to pin that. For real. Well, we doing the big dogs right now. I saw H bar creep up in there. We are doing the big dogs right now. Okay? Big dogs is not H bar. When we're talking about market cap. Okay. So let's do it. Big dogs. So see, this is a question though that everybody asks. Like, which one is it? Which one is it? Back up the truck, the BTC. I got you. But most people are like choosing their cryptocurrencies. They're choosing their cryptocurrencies based off of the hype that's surrounding that particular crypto, right? You know, what the headlines, or even TikTok. Yeah, these little short clips on TikTok. Yep, that's another one too. Okay, man, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on in my throat today. Oh my gosh, but it hurt though. But yeah, so let's run it. You say, you want to wait? What you said? You said you want to buy one called Zero. I don't know anything about that. BTC not going anywhere. Follow the money. There we go. He said, follow the money. Show me the money. Let's go. Okay. But that's why I need y'all to be clear on this. Tonight, I'm not sitting here going back and forth with people about price. We're not arguing price. Okay. Hey, I see you, Kashi TBA. What's going on? Welcome. Happy Thursday. Okay. We're not about to be arguing price tonight. We're not predicting the future. Okay. We're just breaking down the purpose of each one of these things. Okay. We're going to give some pros and some cons. For my experienced crypto investors, y'all can feel free. When I talk about some pros of each one, if I miss one that you have, feel free to drop it in the chat. But hey, listen, let me get my stuff out first, though. Okay? All right, can't argue with history, in my opinion. Yes, sir. Michael Saylor is still looking for money. BTC keeps dropping. Yeah. God bless that man. Okay. But yeah, we're going to break this stuff down. All right. So no arguing and all that stuff in the chat or which one is better. The whole point of this is to help out the people who are curious about crypto, who are new to this market, to give them an idea of the differences between the big three. Okay. And then they can go out and do some additional research and make a decision on how they want to move forward if they want to move forward in this space. Okay, so we're going to do Bitcoin versus Ethereum first. Then it's going to be Bitcoin versus XRP. Okay, so we want to really understand what we're investing in. Everybody got it? Good to go. Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat if we know what we're doing tonight. Thumbs up emoji in the chat if we know what we're doing tonight. I see you, YouTube. Let's run it. Thumbs up emoji in the chat if you know what we're doing tonight. All right. We're not arguing price and all that stuff, y'all. We're not saying, this person is wrong for talking about Bitcoin. This person is wrong for saying they'll invest in Ethereum. This person is wrong. Listen, you are not them. You don't have their money. Okay? They have their reason. What's going on, Farrell Campbell? Thank you so very much for the repost. Okay, cool. I see the thumbs up. Okay. So let's go. Again, we're going to start with Bitcoin because we're doing Bitcoin versus Ethereum. So we already established that Bitcoin is considered to be digital gold. Hey, Crypto Angel, welcome. And thank you so very much for the heart me. I appreciate you. So we already said that Bitcoin is considered to be like digital gold, right? It's also like a savings vault. It's a long-term store of value, okay? It does one thing extremely well, and that's transfer and store our value securely. Okay, it's not trying to run apps. It's not trying to power any games. It's not trying to replace the internet. It's trying to be the most secure money network on earth. Everybody got it. Okay, that's kind of like a brief summary of what Bitcoin is. All right. Hey, what's going on, Norris? Thank you so very much for sharing the live. So, some of these are Leona's Bitcoin pros. Now, if I miss a pro for you as an experienced crypto investor, once I say these, then you can drop yours in the chat. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you so very much for sharing the live, Crypto Angel. All right. So some of the pros, okay, of Bitcoin is one, it is a very secure network in this space. Okay. Two, there is a limited supply because again, there's only 21 million to ever be created. We already discussed what happens when there is something that is of limited supply but in great demand. We already covered that for my people who came in a little bit late. Bitcoin is also the most recognized and trusted cryptocurrency. Argue with somebody else about that. All right? Because you're going to fall on deaf ears if you try to tell me something else. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm being straight up with you. Okay? You argue with someone else on that one. All right? And like I said, it's seen as digital gold. Okay? So I want you to think of, if we can talk about like some really attractive cities here in the United States, right? Think of Bitcoin as like owning land in Manhattan, right? Just think of it like it's limited, it's established, and it's hard to replace. Cool? So those are some of my pros when it comes to Bitcoin. Does anyone in the chat have different pros that they will add for Bitcoin only? We'll get to Ethereum and we'll get to XRP. Right now we're on Bitcoin. Does anyone have say, "Oh, I like that. Yeah, my own little penthouse." That's what I'm talking about, right? Right? Okay. So does anyone have any more pros that you would like to add as it pertains to Bitcoin before I move on to some of the cons? I'm going to give y'all a second because I know sometimes there's a bit of a lag. Okay? So I'm going to give y'all a minute. YouTube too. I'm waiting on y'all. Give y'all a second while I'm listening to TLC. What's going on, Mike? Thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Okay, so silence means compliance. I'm with you, Leona. Okay, I got you. So now I'm gonna give y'all a few cons. After I give y'all, so Crypto Angel said it's borderless, can send anywhere. Okay, so that's a pro for Crypto Angel. Everybody got it. Okay, Bitcoin is fully open source, which means anyone can suggest improvements. Okay, that's lucrative desire. So let me pin these real quick, and then that way, before I go on to cons, if y'all have any cons after I say my few little cons, all right, then y'all can add y'all's. Say I got a lot. All right, I love it. I love it. That means you said Bitcoin will be your one if I was to give you $1,000. Gotcha. Okay, so anyone could build on top of it. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, I probably should have. Give me a second, y'all. I got a cough drop. I made sure to bring one while I go live here. Goodness gracious. Bro, it's hurting, child. What is going on? Larry, Big Truck, welcome. Happy Thursday. Come on in, join the conversation. We're doing a versus right now. We're doing the versus right now between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. All right, so that was it for the pros. So I see y'all didn't have anything on YouTube, so I got you. I'm gonna keep it rolling. And listen, for those of y'all on TikTok too, I want to say this again because some of you just joined. If you cannot stay for the whole thing, I totally got it. Okay, if you want to watch the replay though, it's on YouTube. That's Prosperity Calls on YouTube. You can actually click the link in my bio too, and it'll send you straight to their YouTube channel as well. So if you want to watch the replay and comment and everything, yes sir, I'm in my office. So yeah, if you want to, come back and then leave comments and stuff on there, share it with someone who's new to the crypto space and want a better understanding of at least these three and whatnot, by all means, you can get it on YouTube, okay? All right, so some of Leona Bitcoin cons, and then y'all can, thank you, Jessica. I will be doing that as soon as I get home because my throat is just not it today. It's not. At all. So I'll be doing that for sure. I got you. Say Bitcoin is a wonderful anchor for a diversified crypto portfolio. I will agree. John said I will keep cash in the closet, never crypto for me, and you're gonna lose your money, John. But you do what you want to do. You don't have to invest in crypto. Okay, I'm not telling anyone you have to. But if you're gonna keep cash in a closet and not put money into any investments, dog, you might as well just go ahead and give us your money. Hand all of us your money. We'll put it to good use for us, not for you, because you said you just gonna leave it in the closet. So, all right, so look, I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking. All right, Kitchen and Granite, welcome. Happy Thursday. Say it will be dust. To dust you go, Cash. All right, so let's run it. Bitcoin cons. Bitcoin cons. Now, I'm going to say these, and then I'm going to give y'all a minute, okay? So y'all can type y'all's in the chat as well once I finish. All right, so a few cons that Leona has noticed. Of course, y'all, it's slow on transactions, y'all. It moves slow. Compared to everything else, yeah, y'all, it's slow. All right, there are higher fees, too, when the market is pumping, when there's high volume. Okay, so there's higher fees when people are buying more, when there's a high volume. Also, it doesn't support like complex apps. Thank you so very much for sharing the live, Farrell Kendall. I appreciate you. Joanne's 24/7. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Okay, it doesn't support complex apps. And then, of course, innovation does move a bit slower with Bitcoin. All right, so I just gave y'all 4 cons. This is y'all time for my experienced crypto investors. Go have at it. For my people who came in here and were saying Bitcoin is dead, here's your chance. If I didn't say one of the cons that you have, this is your opportunity to type it in the chat, okay? Once we move on from Bitcoin, I don't want to hear nothing else. All right? Because I'm giving you your time. Say, I'm seeing if Cosmic is around. Okay? I'm giving y'all some time. I know it takes a second to type, so I'm just gonna run my mouth while I'm listening to Rex and Effects on my computer right now. You know what I'm saying? He said Bitcoin is too expensive. It's only for people that got. That's what you believe. I'm gonna put this up there. I'm gonna pin this for you. Okay, you say it's only for people that got 200K up to invest. That's what he say. Okay, but that ain't what Leona believe, because you don't have to have $200,000 to invest in Bitcoin. All right, you do not. So you want me to repeat it, Brown Sugar? I got you. So I gave y'all 4 cons that I have for Bitcoin. 1, there's slower transactions. We all know that. When you send money, especially if you send Bitcoin, you talking about minutes. It could be 10 minutes. It could be 30 minutes if it's a really high volume, right? The longest it's taken me to send Bitcoin to anyone was like close to 30 minutes. And I was sitting there sweating like, what the heck done happened? Something wrong. I didn't know, of course, in the beginning, I didn't know that Bitcoin was slower than other things, right? Than other cryptocurrencies. There are higher fees during high volume. Okay. Also, it doesn't support complex apps. All right. That's how Bitcoin will be way faster for transactions by using Wrap Flare. You said, I gotta find it. Hold on. Because I think you said that by wrapping Flare. Hold on. Dang it. I saw it. Oh, you said wrap Bitcoin with the Flare network. Oh, my bad. I messed that all up, child. I messed that all up. Okay. That's good. Thank you, Vasquez, for that. I appreciate that. See, I just learned something tonight. You know what I'm saying? I learned something tonight. What I say, slower transactions when it comes to Bitcoin, higher fees when it comes to Bitcoin, doesn't support complex apps when it comes to Bitcoin, and innovation does move a bit slower when it comes to Bitcoin. Those were the 4 cons that I gave. Okay. This is y'all chance though. All right. Look, don't come in here talking about some, oh, I got this con now. It's going to be too late. The moment has passed. All right. Because I'm giving y'all time to put it out there. Jeb on YouTube said people still like Bitcoin. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all be tripping me out how y'all talk about all these other cryptocurrencies, but if it wasn't for Bitcoin, none of this other stuff would be here. You gotta have respect for the one who started. You gotta have respect for the OG. It's just like these kids in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Y'all disregard the OGs, and they the ones that been here, done all the stuff that you attempting to and call yourself doing today. They done already walked these streets. They done already done everything you did. And now they're trying to put you on game, and you sitting here and like you too good and you know everything. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to hear what they got to say. Then when you go out here and get your head knocked off, now you sit here like, oh, shoot, I should have listened. That's how I feel people treat Bitcoin. I got it, y'all. There's all these options out here. I'm not telling you don't look into these other stuff. I'm not even telling you you should only buy Bitcoin. I'm not telling you to buy anything. What I'm telling you is have respect for the OG. Because if it wasn't for the OG, your butt wouldn't be here. That's like disrespecting your mom and your daddy. Your mom and your daddy created you. If it wasn't for your mom and daddy coming together, your butt wouldn't be here. So how dare you disrespect your mom and your daddy? Come on now, let's get it together. That's the one thing, that's one of the many things irritate me about some people in this space. The disrespect, I cannot get with it. I cannot get with it, you know? All right. So let's go. Jeb didn't respond to that though. I said that, and I guess Jeb was like, I'm out. I'm sorry. I don't mean to disrespect Bitcoin. and look, for my people, for y'all who are not familiar with me, okay, and this is your first time on one of my lives, especially talking about cryptocurrency, y'all don't take me too serious. All right. I just pretty much, my goal is to edutain. All right. I want you to enjoy, but I want you to feel safe to be able to have conversations. So Jeb, I'm not, okay, say I'm here. Yeah, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It's just, this is one of those things that it happens a lot. I'm not saying that you're wrong if you don't invest in Bitcoin. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong if you invest in meme coins, none of that. I'm not going to tell you that because I'm not in your pockets. I don't know what your risk tolerance is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you want your portfolio to look like. I don't know. So I can't, sit here and tell you you're right or wrong for whatever you invest in. Okay? What works for me may not work for you. But you know what I do? I do invest in Bitcoin. But there are altcoins that I invest in. You know what I'm saying? And I have my reasons for that. You said I just don't see a future in Bitcoin. That's your opinion, right? That's your opinion. Said spread your money over multiple cryptos. Now, here's what I will say, y'all, and this is from because I am a financial consultant, right? Until I get my license to be a licensed financial advisor. So this is why I cannot tell y'all what to invest in. Okay. So what I will say is, for me, I am going to be, and I have been investing in specific cryptocurrencies. But here's the thing. I don't invest in a whole lot. The max I will hold in my portfolio at one time is 10. That's it. That's it. I'm not going over 10 because for me, it's too much. Okay. It's too much to be putting money into all of these things. I have to prioritize what I invest in. Okay. So if I'm holding a whole lot, that's too much. So the max I will ever hold at one time is 10. And I have not gotten to that point. That's not true. I did. And that's when I start cutting down. Because I was like, it makes no sense for me to sit here and have all of these. Right. And so I start getting rid of some of them. So now I only hold 7 cryptocurrencies. Okay. Jeff said I'm looking for a long-term investment. Hey, to each his own. To me, Bitcoin is a long-term investment. You know what I'm saying? I got it, that it dropped a bit. It dropped a bit when it comes to being one of the top 10 global assets. Now it's number 12. But before all this has happened, before the prices dropped, right, it was number 8. And you're talking about an asset that has only been here not even 20 years. And it's number 8. It was number 8 of all global assets. I'm just saying. Again, I'm not here to sway anybody to invest in anything. All right. But to me, that's longevity. With the short amount of time that it's been in the finance space. Okay. So he said, I do have Bitcoin, but I like utility coins, XRP, XLM, Algo. Okay, cool. That's cool. Gotcha. That's what's up. All right, so let's run it. Kim, welcome. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. All right. So we don't went over our cons. Yes, it said not even in his prime. That's right. It's still a teenager. Sugar Shane, what's going on? Happy Thursday. Thank you for the follow. It said Bitcoin staying here. That beats helped me become a stay-at-home mom. Oh, I love that. I love that. I'm pinning that. There we go. All right. So look. So at the end of the day, I do want to put this out here. Okay. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the heart me. So think of this. Just think of this because we have our fancy phones and technology today. Okay. So this is another way to kind of help us to get an idea of what Bitcoin is compared to some of these altcoins that we're talking about with this verses tonight, right? It just don't break though. It's reliable, but it's not flashy. You know what I'm saying? It moves a little slower, but it do what it's supposed to do. It does what it's supposed to do. It does what it was designed to do. There you go. All right. So that's Bitcoin. Before I move on to Ethereum, does anyone else have any cons for Bitcoin that I have not already addressed? This is your chance to type it in the chat. Because now we're doing our verses with Bitcoin versus Ethereum. Then after we do that with Ethereum, it'll be Bitcoin versus XRP. Okay. The real Roddy Rod, welcome. Happy Thursday. All right. Seems like y'all don't have any more cons when it comes to Bitcoin. So let's run it. All right. So for my people who are here and you know that you cannot, stay on this live the entire time. It's freezing. Is it freezing for anyone else? Is it freezing for anyone else? The live on TikTok, is it freezing for anybody else? Yes. I don't know what's going on. Huh. Oh, it's good now? Okay, cool. All right. So let's talk about, okay, cool. So it must have been I don't know. So let's go. Ethereum. So right now we're doing Bitcoin versus Ethereum. Ethereum is a little bit different, y'all. Okay, thank y'all. Thank y'all for letting me know. All right, so Ethereum is a little bit different. Remember I said earlier, Ethereum is like a decentralized computer. We now know the difference between centralized and decentralized. Okay, we talked about that earlier. It's also like an app store, okay? A digital construction site, okay? So if Bitcoin is our digital gold, then Ethereum is like our digital infrastructure, okay? Because it allows people to build apps, games, NFTs. For my people who are like, what is an NFT? It's a non-fungible token. That is something that you can write down and then go research, go into detail on. Okay, again, that's a non-fungible, F-U-N-G-I-B-L-E, F-U-N-G-I-B-L-E, non-fungible token. Okay, all right. And then it also allows people to build like financial systems, all on top of it. Okay, so something I learned. This is back in 2021, I believe. I learned about Bank of America because I was banking with Bank of America as personal and with my business, right? I learned that Bank of America was investing heavily into Ethereum because of decentralized finance, right? Because it was heavy into decentralized finance, so they was using Ethereum's blockchain. Okay, so here goes some of Ethereum's pros. Once I drop these pros, y'all, I'm going to turn it over to y'all in the chat. And if I did not say one of your Ethereum pros, what's going on, Mr. Charles? Happy Thursday. If I did not say one of your Ethereum pros, this would be a perfect time. After I say these, this would be a perfect time for you to chime in and drop some of your Ethereum pros. Now, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be many because when I asked y'all about that $1,000, which one you're going to put your money into, right? I didn't see Ethereum in the chat. So it seems to me like everybody's like, heck no to Ethereum, okay? But I'm not here to judge, okay? We listen, but we don't judge. Cool? All right, some pros when it comes to Ethereum, okay? Ethereum can run smart contracts, okay? All this is smart contracts for my people, all right? That are like, what the heck is a smart contract, y'all? It's an automated agreement. I'm going to use this example because it really worked very well earlier this week for some people. So I'm going to use this example of a smart contract, okay? Follow me. Everybody has used a vending machine before, right? Yes? You used a vending machine before? Okay. So when you go to the vending machine and you say, hey, I want them Snickers out of that vending machine, the candy bar, right? I want them Snickers out of the vending machine. Well, it's going to have a letter and a number. So let's say to get that Snickers is B2. All right. To get that Snickers is $1. Everybody follow me so far? This is how smart contracts work. Okay. So to get that Snickers is $1. All right. Now I don't know how much Snickers cost today, so don't come over here judging me, talk about Leon or inflation. Da 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 da. All right. Don't come for me. All right. Just follow the example. All right. So that Snicker is $1 in this vending machine. So in order to get that $1 that vending machine, you now have to put $1 into the vending machine. So you're going to put $1 into the vending machine. You're going to press B2. What happens when you press B2 to get that Snicker out? You don't put that dollar in there. The vending machine now releases the Snicker to you, right? Does it require a person to do anything while you're there? Yes or no? Or is it an automatic system? Which one is it? The vending machine, does it require you to have a person give you the Snicker after you don't press B2 and you don't put the dollar in there? Or is it automated and it runs straight off of what the system said? When this happens, this is what you get. Exactly. It's automated, y'all. Thank you so very much, Mooney, for the roses. I appreciate you. All right, y'all, that's smart contracts. That's it. So when people say, I don't understand crypto, it's not as complicated as we make it seem. It's not. It's just we probably haven't learned from the right person. Maybe. Okay? So when you hear smart contract, think of a vending machine. How does a vending machine work? That's how smart contracts work. Cool? If we good to go, give me the thumbs up in the chat. When it comes to smart contracts, because I'm going to keep rolling with Ethereum Pros. All right, good. All right, I see you. All right, so Ethereum Pros, again, thank you, Vasquez. I appreciate that. All right, thank you, hubby. I appreciate it. All right, so one of Ethereum Pros is it can run smart contracts, those automated agreements. Think vending machine. All right, number 2, it powers decentralized finance. Remember, centralized is our banks. It's our hey, that's the sound of my money gun. Thank you for the money gun. But remember, hey, Nero, you like that? Yeah, you like that. Y'all know what you normally say when you say that's the sound of my. I can't say that on social media. Say Bank of International Settlements search for. Okay, we're on Ethereum right now, Kitchen and Granite. Stick with us, okay? Stick with us. This is the verses we're doing. Bitcoin versus Ethereum. Then it's going to be Bitcoin versus XRP. We're students here. So when we're in class, we stick to the topic at hand, okay? That's what we do. We stick to the topic at hand, all right? We don't veer off. We're not squirrels over here, okay? I'm doing my best. That's why I have notes to keep me on track. So I stay there, okay? We're not on cons yet, Kitchen and Granite. So I need you again. Slow your roll, okay? Push pause, or I'm gonna have to boot you out, okay? I'm being patient, but I need you to not distract the class. Cool? I'm saying it with a smile. I'm being as nice as I can now. All right. So these pros, before we get to cons, okay? It powers DeFi, decentralized finance, which we talked about earlier, and NFTs, non-fungible tokens, which we talked about earlier. Okay. Third pro, when it comes to Ethereum, there is a huge developer community there. All right. Number 4, okay, ETH Pro is also, it is more flexible compared to Bitcoin. Because again, right now we're doing Bitcoin versus Ethereum. That's our verses right now. Cool. Coach Keith, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Big Prince, what's going on? Happy Thursday. Welcome. Okay. So I want you to think of Ethereum, right? Like I have an iPhone. I got an Apple Watch. So think of it like Apple's App Store. There you go. Miss GATT, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Nero said they need you to teach this in high school digital. Hey, I would be open to it. I would. That just mean I'd be a better student. Because then it's like, yeah, you got to study some more, child. You got to do a little better, you know what I'm saying, with your teaching, right? So it's all good. Welcome. I see you. What's going on, Junior? Thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. All right. So Bitcoin is money. Ethereum is what you can build with programmable money. Okay. Those are some pros when it comes to Ethereum. Does anyone have any other pros with Ethereum before we go into cons? Thank you so very much for the roses and the heart meat. I appreciate you. Steve, thank you so very much for liking the live. Any more Ethereum pros before we move on to cons? Brown Sugar said easy to buy. Okay. So let me pin y'all. For those of y'all that put in some other pros in there. Pros staking for passive income. That's a good one. Y'all right. Crypto Angel said the same thing. Ethereum offers staking. I see y'all. So let me go ahead and put that up here too. Y'all right on that. I did miss that. So thank you. See, that's why I asked y'all to just chime in, chime in. Okay. Now I said money gun, Jeb. I'm sorry. TikTok, they give you gifts. Said I don't like Apple. Okay, you don't have to like Apple. You know, we're not gonna do a whole Apple versus Android conversation and versus either. We're not doing it. Okay. And I didn't say Apple with Bitcoin was like Apple. That's not what I said. No. I said Ethereum is like Apple's app. So no. Maybe my countryness, my accent is messing you up. Okay. But yeah, there you go. All right, cool. I got you. Angel. Let's see. I'm out my bad. Okay, so everybody talk. Okay. The institutional level peppering into ETH is enduring and has deep roster of global players. Okay. Thank you for the follow. I see you. GG Harris. What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for sharing too. All right, cool. All right. So let's run it. So everybody gave me your pros when it comes to Ethereum. Now let's go to, you said stable coins. You want me to do a Bitcoin versus stable coins? Is that what you said? Said ETH is primarily used to tokenize assets. Okay. Oh, used for tokenized assets. Okay. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate y'all. All right. Any more pros for Ethereum before I move on to cons? I'm gonna give y'all a minute because I see y'all still typing some stuff. Excuse me. Oh. Okay. So let me pin that. My bad. So ETH has a ton of stablecoin issuers. Gotcha. Maybe XRP versus stablecoins. Okay. Yep. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So, any more pros for Ethereum before I move on to the cons? Any more pros for Ethereum before I move on to cons? I'm attempting to give y'all a second. Say ETH Pro is that it's not Bitcoin. Hey, yo, Jeb. You for you to hold Bitcoin, like you were like, what the heck, bro? Oh my God. Okay. So I don't see any more ETH pros. All right. Jeff said the last one. ETH pros is not Bitcoin, even though he hold Bitcoin. All right, so let's run it. So ETH cons. After I say these, y'all, I'm gonna turn it over to y'all in the chat, and y'all can give me some of your ETH cons, okay? Some ETH cons is more complex. Gas fees. Them gas fees can be super expensive. Okay. Boom! What's going on, BK Crypto? Happy Thursday. We having a good conversation here. We're doing the crypto versus. So right now we're doing Bitcoin versus Ethereum. And then next we're going to do Bitcoin versus XRP. Okay. So we're going over some of the cons of XRP. Some of the cons of Ethereum. Okay. So I said what I said. XRP, Jesus. Ethereum is more complex, right? Anno Mar, thank you so very much for the follow, because I was about to butcher your name, and I'm not about to do it. I don't want to mess it up. If you wanna type it in there to break it down for me, that would be awesome, because I don't want to mess your name up. But like I said, some of the Ethereum cons, more complex. Like I said, those gas fees can be very expensive. So you're paying a fee to use Ethereum, right? faces more competition. So I remember seeing someone type on TikTok, right, about Solana. Okay, but there's a lot. Okay, so Ethereum does face way more competition, and then it changes more frequently. Okay, so those are a few cons. If y'all have any cons that I missed, by all means, go ahead and type it in the chat. This is y'all chance. Go ahead, shine, baby, shine. Drop your cons for Ethereum in the chat. For everybody that said absolutely not, I would not take that $1,000 and put it into Ethereum. Well, here's your time. Let us know. Let us know. Why wouldn't you do it? It don't matter. My pockets got fatter. Oh, you can hear it. Hey, proud mom of 2 girls. Thank you for the follow. Come on, this y'all chance. What's some of your cons for Ethereum? Come on, what y'all got? I get a. Y'all remember he used to do that in the video? Okay, I got a con, another con. Stolen. I got you, huh, Jeb? The creators. ETHCon is hey Jeb. ETHCon is hey y'all, Jeb over here on YouTube talking about some ETHCon is that it's not XRP. That's okay. That's okay. Oh man. So that was another con over here, the creators. Any other cons for Ethereum before we move on? Corruption. Thought I wasn't. We're not on that. We're doing a crypto versus Bitcoin versus Ethereum right now. And then we're going to do Bitcoin versus XRP. We are good students. We follow the instructions that are being given today. Okay? We're not talking about anything else besides the conversation, the topic for today. We're doing a versus of Bitcoin versus Ethereum, which is what we're on. And then we're going to do Bitcoin versus XRP. Okay? If that is not part of your conversation for tonight, then I ask that you go ahead, exit stage left. It's all good, no hard feelings, but we need to stay focused. All right, so it looks like we don't have any more cons for Ethereum. Let's hit Bitcoin over everything, BOE for life. All right, okay. So y'all, so if we're gonna stick to the whole phone thing, okay, we said Bitcoin is like a flip phone, right? All right, so if Bitcoin is like a flip phone, then Ethereum is like a smartphone because it has more features, but it does have more moving parts. Okay, so we're talking about phones. If Bitcoin is like a flip phone, you know, maybe the Razor. Anybody had the Razor back in the day? You know, if Bitcoin is like a flip phone, not breakable, then guess what? Ethereum is like a smartphone. All right. Okay. So there we go. XRP to the moon. All right, that dog said reliability is a plus. Bitcoin network never got hacked or went down. Hello. Said once you wrap it up, it becomes a smartphone. Hey, you know, there you go. Last place is on that. I'm glad you said that though about Flare because I did not know that. So thank you for that. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna do a bit of a comparison. Okay, we're gonna do a bit of a comparison when it comes to Bitcoin versus Ethereum. All right, so we're gonna stick to this whole city thing too. Remember how I said, you know, owning that land in Manhattan, that's like Bitcoin for us. Okay, so if cryptocurrency as a whole were a city, laid back, if cryptocurrency were a city, Bitcoin is like a bank vault. Okay. And then Ethereum is going to be like the business district. Real money. Thank you so very much for the roses. I appreciate you. Okay. Because one stores wealth and then one builds businesses. So which one stores wealth and then which one builds businesses? Type it in the chat. Which one stores wealth? Type it in the chat. Which one stores wealth between Bitcoin and Ethereum? Type it in the chat. Which one stores wealth? Type it in the chat. All right, there we go. Cool. Which one builds businesses? Type it in the chat. Which one builds businesses? Type it in the chat. And hopefully, y'all, this is helping, especially for my people who have not put a dime, a dollar, a penny into cryptocurrency. Hopefully, this is helping you to understand the difference between the two so far. Okay? You said, well, Bitcoin built microsailor business. Yeah. But hey, again, we're talking about overall. All right, let's run it. Okay. So this is why I wanted to do this versus, because I hear this all the time. One is better than the other, whatever. But we need to know that they're not all doing the same thing. Thank you. I'm doing my best. I appreciate they say you're giving good game. Okay. So they don't compare in the way people think, at least, especially for me when I first started. Okay. This is why I say all the time, all cryptocurrencies not created equal. They do certain things. Each one is that we can't compare one to the other. So to say one is better necessarily than the other, I'm not going to say that I agree with that, because each one has its own lane, right? So for all of those cryptocurrencies that have been built on Ethereum, for you to dog out Ethereum, it makes no sense to me, because you're built on the back of Ethereum. Just like people who sit here to dog out Bitcoin. How can you dog out Bitcoin? Because if it wasn't for the OG, yours wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? Each one serves its own purpose. Okay? So they serve different purposes. All right? So which one right now between Bitcoin and Ethereum, what we shared so far? All right? Go DJ, because that's my DJ. Go DJ, because that's my DJ. Welcome back. All right. Which one between Bitcoin and Ethereum, based on what we talked about so far, which one sounds more like your investment personality? If it's not either one, then say neither. Okay. I don't need to hear which one you think, or which one you say is more your personality. If it's neither, then just say neither. Okay, because we're doing a versus Bitcoin versus Ethereum right now. All that other stuff, we're not on it. Okay. That Bitcoin utility creates bull cycles. Okay, X Hill said neither. That's fine. That's your opinion. Real Money Gold said BTC. DJ Unstoppable said Bitcoin. Okay, Anthony, thank you so very much for continuing to like the live. I appreciate you. Hey, y'all doing good. 18K. Let's run it. Keep running it. Keep running. Keep tapping the screen. Share. And also you can repost. So if you're tuning in, if you like watching me from the FYP, and you like, girl, what you talking about? I don't know you like that. I'm not sharing right now. You can always repost. Okay. You can always repost. All right. Jail. You're not being a good student right now. I said either Bitcoin or Ethereum. If you say neither one, then type the word neither in the chat. We're going to be good students, right? Okay. We're going to be good students. All right. Let's go. All right. So there we go. Thank you. Thank Billy. Good student. Good student. He said neither. Thank you, Billy. Okay. I ain't asked for all the other stuff. We're doing a versus right now. Bitcoin versus Ethereum, which is what we just ended. And now we're about to do a Bitcoin versus XRP. Okay. The same format we just did with Ethereum. We're about to do the same thing with this XRP. So I need y'all to be good listeners. Okay. Be good students and answer the questions. Okay. That I asked. All right. And if you say, hey, look, I don't have any cons or I don't have any pros, then that's cool. All right. Now let's run it. So I got you. All right, let's go. Bitcoin Josh said Bitcoin. I figured that because of your name. That's what's up. Okay. All right. So let's go. Let's go. So round 2. Y'all ready? Round 2. It's Bitcoin, the OG. The OG triple. It's Bitcoin versus XRP. Now this one, it's about to get a little spicy. Because I already know the XRP army is all up and through here. Okay, Billy, if it's neither, then guess what? Exit stage left, because that's all we're talking about tonight. We're not going to talk about any other cryptocurrencies because these are the big three. Okay? Now, we're going to talk about XRP because XRP has a very specific mission. Okay? Yeah, I'm Proud Army. So, you know what I'm saying? mission, let's go. Let's talk about it. I already know XRP Army is going to light up when I say some pros. Y'all going to give me 1,000,001 pros. So I already know, y'all, I'm asking everybody right now, if you're not part of XRP Army, I need y'all to be patient, okay? Let them get their stuff out, okay? Let them get their stuff out, okay? Don't rush them. Let them get their stuff out. Cool? All right. You say big three for now. Flip is coming. Hey, when it come, it come. All right. All right. So let's go. So I'm going to give y'all a quick recap for my people who just joined. When it comes to Bitcoin, it's not a whole spiel. All right. I'm not about to do that. All right. I'm just going to give y'all a few real quick. Oh my gosh. That dog. My throat. All right. I'm gonna have to hurry this up. I said we don't need XRP, we need Bitcoin. There are plenty of other tokens do what XRP can, even stable coins. Look, all I know is we're gonna go through it because we gotta give each one their fair shot. Okay. So friendly reminder, y'all, Bitcoin is decentralized. We know the difference between centralized and decentralized now. We talked about that. Okay. V. Oh, Lord, I messed your name up. I know I did, but thank you so very much for the follow. If you still here and you want to type it in there to break it down to me, please let me know. Type it in there because, child, I know I messed that up. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. Lauren, thank you for liking the live. I appreciate y'all. We had 22K. Let's keep that running. Keep it running. Keep it running. Okay. Thank you for grabbing that heart. Me too. I appreciate you. Okay. So let's go. Bitcoin, decentralized. All right. Bitcoin, we know no company controls it. We talked about this already. Bitcoin was pretty much created and built to replace our traditional money systems because we knew that they were broken. They were not working for every person. Okay. Now, enter XRP Army, like y'all said. XRP. This is going to be a couple of things. When I get to the pros, y'all, okay, that's when I'm going to ask y'all to break everything else down, okay? Add some more pros. All right, the XRP is focused on banks, cross-border payments, Speedy Gonzalez, Speed Racer. What else can I say? Flash, okay? If you've ever wired money internationally, you know it's slow. I have, and it costs way, way more. It's expensive to send money to anyone outside of the United States. Okay? And it can take days, business days. Okay? 5, 6 business days. It's ridiculous. All right? So XRP, in summary, is designed to make that process pretty much instant. Okay? Say open 24 hours every day. Yes. All right. So for my people who have ever or have not sent money internationally, all right, sending money internationally today is like mailing the check overseas. If you're doing that through the bank, I know because I've done it. Frank, welcome back. Right? I've done it. All right. If you never sent money internationally, then you probably don't know, so you may not have a comment, and that's okay. All right. But if you have sent money internationally through a bank, you know it takes freaking forever, and it's ridiculous. Using XRP, though, it's like sending an email. If I say, hey, I'm about to send you this email, Carlito, boom, 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 I just sent it, you should be able to look, and then boom, it's going to pop up. Right or wrong, when it comes to email, as long as your network is working. long as you got good network, internet. Okay? Am I right or wrong, though? Okay. Said XRP Army means something. Supporters have done their research. My husband says that all the time. Say it's cheap. Yep. It's expensive to send Bitcoin. Yep. We've already covered that. You're right, big dog. Okay. I don't that person came up. I don't know who Carlito is. They in the chat. Shoot. Okay. All right. So that's the pretty much quick, rundown on XRP. All right, so here goes some pros. Now, the assistant, hey, welcome back. Happy Thursday. Thank you for grabbing that heart meat. All right, so here's some pros for XRP. After I say these pros, XRP people, XRP Army, I need y'all to hold on. Don't, you can start typing your stuff. Just don't don't press send until I finish. Let me finish, then y'all can have at it. Okay? All right, so a couple of pros with XRP. They have extremely fast transactions. We know that. They have very low fees, which is what I believe it was Jeb mentioned, or who was it? Big Dog, my bad. Yeah. All right. I got you. So yeah, so Big Dog said it on YouTube. All right, very low fees. Okay, it was built for financial institutions, our banks. All right, and it's efficient for cross-border payments. Now, I just gave y'all 4 pros for XRP. Whatever else y'all have, XRP Army, this is your time to shine. Go ahead and put it in the chat. It's y'all time. Wow, Method Man is playing in the background. Okay. Steve, beginners do not know what that means. So please break that down. Remember, this is for people who are curious about crypto, have not put a dime into the market, do not understand it, or are new. Okay. So break that down. What does XRP compliance ISO, what does that mean to a person who has never ever put a dime into the market? They don't know what that means. Let's stop talking over people's head. That's the whole point of these lives. Okay. Come on. Where y'all at? Y'all have any more pros for XRP? They said, just found you. I find your topic to be quite educational. What's your schedule here? I go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central, that's 4 p.m. Pacific. All right, so here we go. Said, I'll explain it like this. XRP is like living in Japan versus BTC being like the U.S. Shoot. Oh, man. And that was funny to me. Jam said worldwide adoption. All right. There you go. Big Dog said, I do not like that Ripple has 45 billion escrow. I think that's shady. What is that supposed to mean, Big Dog, to a person who has never put a dime into the market? They don't understand that. Y'all stop talking over these people's head. That's why I teach the way I teach. Because too many of y'all, I got it, you're smart. Okay, I'm smart too. But I don't feel the need to talk over people's head to prove how smart I am. Okay? This is why I ask that we all use examples that anyone can understand. All right? Break it down to them like they've never been in the market. Come on, stop talking over people's head. All right, I see you, Nate. See you on Tuesday. Well, not this Tuesday because Mardi Gras is happening. Jeff said it's about price control. Okay. Jen said I prefer to live in Japan. Shoot, me too. Okay, so ISO 24165 requirement to have an identification token, a 9 alphanumerical character before having an ETF. My bad. He's confusing token. Yeah, see, y'all, there y'all go. And this is why, and I'm not being funny. As a matter of fact, let me cut this down for a second. I need y'all to hear me. Okay? I really need y'all to hear me. I am glad that you are very smart. I am glad he said I want to go to Japan shooting. You and me both, Jib. I am glad that you are very smart. I'm not here to take away from that. But what I really want people to understand when they come on to Leona's live on Prosperity Calls This is for people who, one, have never ever put a penny into this market, but they're curious about getting in here. Two, they put some money in here, but they have no clue what they're doing, but they want to know what they're doing. So if you come in here, you need to talk to a person that does not know anything about this market. Leave all of that big jargon and crypto terms and all that stuff. Leave that crap at the freaking door before you come onto this live. I say this over and over again because this is why folks don't want to get in this market, because you talk too much. You're not making it simple for them. You're irritating them. And they're like, you know what? I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm out. You're taking away their choice to learn this market and to decide if they want to get in here because you want to be freaking smart. Stop it. Stop it, y'all. Okay? So if you're going to come on these lives with me, I really appreciate the folks who can follow the law of the land over here. We don't talk over people's head. Okay? We want everyone to understand this market. Whether they decide to invest in it or not is not our concern. The goal is to at least make you aware of what it is, how it works, and then if you decide, I want to learn more, now you learn more. But at least you know how to go about it. Versus, I'm going to sit here and talk about ISO tokenization and da-da-da-da, and then I'm not telling you what that stuff is because I want to sound smart. Stop it. Okay? Say, give people the milk first before you give them the steak. Come on, Jen. Tell them again. I'm pinning it. All right? I'm not mad, y'all. I'm very passionate because I know what it's like to have people wanting to, sound like they the biggest and the baddest, and their ego is in the way of doing what's right, which is probably educating people. He said sushi, hibachi, and yummy drinks. Come on, Jam. I'm with you. I'm with you. We're going to Japan, shoot, child. I can't wait. Say they trying to get us to buy them. Man, listen. Okay? Now that we don't got off track for a second, let's get back on track. Are there any more XRP pros that y'all want to share? XRP Army. Share it in a way that a person who has never, ever, ever put a dime into this market that they will understand. Y'all see how those numbers dropped when I said that? See, that's some people that came in here with their ego. They said, I got to be out. Leona just bruised my ego. You know what I'm saying? Leona just bruised my ego, so now I got to go. And that's fine. Okay? Any more XRP pros before we move on to cons? Okay, here we go. Got another one. Say instant settlement, meaning transactions are completed instantly. Thank you. See? This means boom. Okay? That's how we do it. Say I heard, Mike said I heard banks will replace the SWIFT system. My XRP Army. What y'all got on that? If you have anything, is that a pro? Is that a con? Right? Because right now we're on XRP pros. So is that a pro? Is that a con? And then also, what does that mean to a person that's never put any money into the market? Do they even know what the SWIFT system is? Do y'all know what the SWIFT system is? See what I'm saying? X Hill said neither. Okay, you said that already. I got you. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do with the answer? You said neither before. So that's what we're talking about tonight. We're not talking about anything else but Bitcoin versus Ethereum, and then Bitcoin versus XRP. That's it. We're not talking about anything else. What you want me to say? You want to talk about something else? This is not the line for it. Okay? Okay, I said somebody put no. Thank you, husband. There we go. It says SWIFT is a messaging system that basically tells your bank they owe them like when you have a pending, oh, hold on. When you have a pending transaction, I take it. So used for banks moving money fast. There we go. Okay. Banks use Swift to move money. Okay. We're going to pin that. They got a banking license. All right. Okay. So is that pro or con, y'all? Pro or con when it comes to XRP? All right. Because we're about to move on to XRP cons. I know y'all going to be like, XRP is perfect. Nothing is better than XRP. Everything has a pro and has a con. Okay. Not damn thing is perfect. Just like none of us are perfect. So don't jump down my throat when we start talking about some of these XRP cons. Everything has pros and everything has cons. Okay. All right. So let's run it. XRP cons. Okay. It's more centralized than Bitcoin. Okay. It's more centralized than Bitcoin. Remember, y'all, we talked about centralization versus decentralization. It's closely associated with Ripple, which is a company. Now, some people may say that's not a con. It can be a con. All right. They have had regulatory controversies in the past. I got it, y'all. They won. Okay. But still, for some people with big money, that is considered a con. Okay. Let's not be biased and act like XRP is the only thing that is great. And there's nothing better than XRP. Okay. Everything has pros, everything has cons. Okay. And it's not positioned as digital gold like we talked about with Bitcoin. Now, does anyone have any XRP cons? I see she already got one of it. Come on. the neuropathic is ready. You was ready. You was like, okay, she done. Boom. Sin. So XRP con says supply escrow. Ripple doesn't claim XRP. There's no need for the token. Token case stable coins. Okay. The neuropathic said that's the XRP con. All right. The SEC lawsuit was a scam. Hey, I'm not here to tell you it was a scam or not. Okay. What I'm doing is saying people with big money. How many billionaires we got in this chat right now? Anybody a billionaire? Ripple will protect. Big Dog said Ripple will protect the XRP ledger like a mother grizzly. Okay. All right. Big Dog said it's not more centralized than Bitcoin. That is your opinion. Okay. Said XRP is a commodity, not a security. Has that been established yet officially? Okay. Said me, but I gave it all away. Okay. Okay. Yeah, y'all going back and forth in the chat. All right. Do y'all have any more XRP cons? Any more XRP cons? Outside of what I just shared. I knew y'all was going to be like, no. I know y'all think XRP is perfect. See, and that's the problem. Nothing is perfect. Okay. Say, no staking XRP. Okay, cool. That can be a con. All right. Yes, it has been established. So being okay. Give me where it's been established that it is a commodity. X Hill. Type what regulatory guidance has come out that has established that XRP is a commodity. Being centralized can also be a pro. Okay, it could be a pro. Again, you know. So yes, Ripple and XRP are separate, so the success ain't connected. Okay, we're not on XDC. We're doing Bitcoin versus XRP. We're doing a versus tonight. All right. Well, hey, what's going on? Thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. Okay. So it has not been established, just like their clarity. So the ruling judge from Torres stated that XRP itself is not a security. Okay. Is that I know you're saying that the judge, I have to look into that. But my question is, does regulatory guidance say specifically XRP is a commodity? That's all I'm asking y'all. That's what I'm asking. Okay. Regulatory guidance, does it say XRP is a commodity? If it does, cool. Yay. If it don't, okay. Yeah, Leona personally, I'm doing what I do regardless. All right. All right. Any more cons for XRP before we move on? Because we got to wrap this up. Any more cons for XRP? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. See, you could be part of XRP Army and say that there's a con for something. Said the XRP supply. All right. Carlito, thank you so very much for grabbing that heart me. I appreciate you. Okay. All right. So he said if it's not security, it's a commodity. Y'all are missing what I'm saying. But it's okay. We're going to move on. All right. So let's go. So a quick comparison like we did with Bitcoin versus Ethereum. We're going to do the same thing. Oh, shoot. Hold up. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Oh, that dang it. My battery, I thought I had it charging on my computer, but I clearly did not. Okay, so let's go. I know, right? Listen, when you get up in age, you know what I'm saying? You just be like, oh, shoot. All that. My goodness. Okay, so let's go. So we're going to do the comparison just like we did with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, I'm glad. Thank you, Real Money is Gold. And look. The whole point of this, y'all, is to make sure that people are at least aware of what's available to them. Okay? None of us are going to have all the answers to anything pertaining to cryptocurrency. All right? But when we all put our heads together, you know, when all our powers combine, all right, Real Money is Gold. Thank you so very much for joining. I appreciate you. I hope I see you next time. You know, when all our powers combine, I know my 80s and maybe early 90s babies will probably know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it works when we all come together and we share. Okay. So there's that. Now let's do this comparison real quick and then we're going to wrap up because I'm ready to get home to my family. All right. Community. That's it. So simplest comparison when it comes to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Y'all ready on YouTube? Y'all ready on TikTok? Okay. Heck no, Mike. He said, you going to do this for the rest of the 16,000 coins? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I just wanted to do it for the big three because the reason I did that is because I get a ton of people that come on to my lives that are XRP Army, and I'm not gung-ho any cryptocurrency, right? I just have my reasons for investing in certain ones, but I'm not like, oh gosh, die hard any cryptocurrency. All right. But I get a lot of those, the XRP Army on my live. So I figured I'll do Bitcoin versus Ethereum and then Bitcoin versus XRP. Big three. Okay. So let's go. Simplest comparison when it comes to Bitcoin and XRP. All right. Bitcoin is equivalent to, you know, the term we hear a lot of times, be your own bank, right? Okay. XRP is what's helping banks move that money faster. All right. So Bitcoin is essentially tries to or works to disrupt the system, the traditional system, right? But then, what is this? Yep. I don't know who that is. Block City. So yeah, so Bitcoin is pretty much attempting to disrupt the old system, right? And then XRP is working to upgrade it. Okay. So there's very different philosophies when it comes to the two. This is why it's like you're attempting to compare apples to oranges. They're not functioning the same. They're not working to do the same thing. They do not have the same purpose. Okay? So to say that XRP is better than Bitcoin or Bitcoin is better than XRP, they're not doing the same thing. They're not in the same lane. Okay? Oh, Mr. Bill said cut the music up. I got you, Mr. Bill. Okay. Have a good night, big dog. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. All right. Oh, that's too loud. Hold up. Hold up. That's a little too loud because I don't want YouTube to, you know what I'm saying? Be like, Said nobody uses any of them as intended. You're right. But at least now, we good. Yes, Mike, I have all three. Okay. All right. So, my bad. There we go. Yep. Have a good night. All right. So, they're very different. You're welcome, Mr. Bill. They're very different. All right. So, just give I'm gonna give you a summary, pretty much, of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Y'all ready? Give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat if y'all ready. We're going to do a quick summary of the pros and cons of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Thumbs up emoji in the chat because I'm ready to get home. I'm ready to hang out with my family. All right. Cool. All right. So, there we go. Brody, I see you. Mr. Bill. All right, cool. So, Bitcoin, all right, this is best for long-term store value, okay? Its risk level is a bit lower when we talk about crypto. Why? Because we have so much adoption, okay? All right, and of course, it's weathered the storms. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about 2009, it was a penny. And in October 2025, it went to what? Over 126K. Okay. Main strength for Bitcoin. This is Leona's opinion. You can have a different opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. Okay. Security and scarcity. Cool. There we go. Ethereum. All right. Same thing. Ethereum is best for innovation in those apps. All right. Risk level for Ethereum is medium. Altcoins, period. All of them will be medium. Well, not all. Certain altcoins will be medium. Others will be high. Okay. Risk level with that one would be medium. Main strength, flexibility. Okay. XRP. XRP is best for payment efficiency. Payment efficiency. Risk level for that is medium, just like Ethereum. Okay. XRP's main strength, again, all of this is according to Leona. You may have a different answer. That's perfectly fine. Okay. So main strength for XRP is speed. Cool. Does anyone have any other pros or cons for either Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP? This is your time to type it in the chat because we're about to close it out. Any more pros or cons for Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP before we close this out? Okay, I'm going to pin this to say XRP tokenizing real world assets for people who are not in the crypto space. What does that mean for them? To them, they're curious about crypto. They're like, real world assets. Well, I know what that means. What do you mean? Tokenizing real world assets. How is XRP doing that? Can you please break that down to them? All right. And while he does that, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a few phrases, okay, or terms for my people who have never ever put a dime into the market or that are new and is studying this market. I'm gonna give y'all some terms to go home and study. All right, research. Omar said Bitcoin is useless. It has oh shucks. God dang it. It went away. Bitcoin is useless. It has something for it when it was decentralized, but now it can be tracked. That's what Omar says. Brody says Bitcoin has administration support and will soon have clarity. All right. So said represents gold on the blockchain, putting gold on the blockchain. Okay. Or putting gold on the chain. Okay. So that's what tokenization looks like for my people. When you invest in gold, it's putting it on the blockchain. We talked about blockchain earlier. All right. So the biggest con, Mike said, for all cryptos is there is no electricity or network. They are in transaction exists. I'm going to pin this because you put that in. So there's another con. All right. So y'all can look at that. All right. Any other pros or cons as it pertains to Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP? So we can wrap this up. Okay. Any more pros or cons as it pertains to Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP? Okay. Oh my gosh. So look, while y'all are typing that, I'm gonna go ahead and just put this out there, y'all. Look, here's the part that beginners miss. Even I missed in the beginning. Okay, it's not always about which coin is better. That was the whole goal of this. All right, it's not about which coin is better. It's about what problem is that particular coin solving. Period. Okay. Do you believe in that mission of that particular cryptocurrency? Period. And does it match your risk tolerance? Period. Okay. So if you say Bitcoin is not for you because it's not solving the problem, it's not this, and I don't believe in the mission, guess what? You don't invest in Bitcoin. That's your prerogative, like Bobby Brown. Okay. If you say I don't want to invest in Ethereum because blah, 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 then guess what? That's your prerogative. All right. Bitcoin, again, it's like buying gold. Ethereum is like investing in the internet, right? Then XRP is like upgrading the global banking rails. There's different tools, there's different goals. That's it, that's all. Okay? Know which tool does what, and if that's for you, you run the play. If it's not for you, you don't run the play. Too easy. Okay? Now, in a bear market, which I've been talking about since October, preparing people for a bear market. October 2025 is when I first started talking about, hey, this is what we can do to identify a bear market, and this is what we can do to be prepared and best utilize a bear market for our game. Okay? So in a bear market like today, education in this market is going to matter more than which one is better than the other. Which one is getting the bigger headlines? Which one has the most adoption today? Because no, we just need to learn, period, about this market. Then we can get into the weeds. Okay? Did y'all find this live helpful? Did y'all find this live helpful? Did you have fun? At least. Did anybody learn anything new tonight? Type it in the chat. Did y'all find this helpful? Did you learn anything new? Did you have fun? Mr. Steve said a lot, big time. Yes. All right. Very helpful. I appreciate that. Yes. Yes, had you on like a podcast while cooking up. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's go. All the above. What's up? Yes, I love it. 100. All right. Both. Okay. I appreciate that. Y'all, that is the goal. Okay. That is the goal. Now, I'm going to give y'all some terms. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate you. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Don't be gassing me up. Don't be gassing me up over here, y'all. Go ahead. Hype me up. Hype me up. All right, look. Let me give y'all some terms real quick before we wrap this up. Let me give y'all some terms because this is going to be part of your homework. I told y'all, I do not get on here and just say, let's just dump all this information and then you don't have a plan of action afterwards. Okay? Oh, thank you, Omar. Say we're a big old community. Come on now. Yes, we are. Say very helpful. I'm glad. Very, very helpful. Thank you. Okay. So before we wrap this up, I'm gonna give y'all a few terms that every beginner must know in this crypto space. There are a lot, y'all. So I'm not gonna bombard y'all with so many. I'm gonna just give y'all a few. I might do that, Mr. Steve. Okay, I might do that. All right. All right. Number one, because for those of us that hold cryptocurrency, you're gonna hear this term a lot. A wallet. What the heck is a wallet? What? Wait, what? I'm about to tell you now. A wallet. You can put this down, write it down, so you can start doing a bit more research to better understand it. Okay. I'm not gonna break everything down like I did earlier. I'm just gonna give it to you, give you a quick definition, and then we're gonna move it. Okay. So pretty much a wallet is how you access your cryptocurrency. Okay. So you buy it on the crypto exchange, and then it is either stored in the wallet on that crypto exchange, or you can get your own private wallet. There are two types that we can have. One is a hot wallet. Write it down. One is a hot wallet. We're going to go into more detail on wallets next week. But I'm just giving y'all a quick one, right? Hot wallet. That's like connected to the internet. Okay. That's like an app on your phone, an app on your laptop, an app on your iPad if you have iPads, right? That's it. Okay. Banking app. You have a banking app. Guess what? That's like a hot wallet for us in the cryptocurrency market. Got it? Cool. I can give y'all different ones and everything. We're going to do that next week because I really got to go. Okay. Cold wallet is the second type of wallet that we can have. All right. These are private wallets for us as investors. The second one is a cold wallet. Big Country, welcome. Thank you for the follow too. Cold wallet. This is offline. This is considered to be more secure. Thank you so very much for grabbing that heart me too. Jim, yours. Thank you for liking it live. Okay. This is considered to be more secure. So they come in like, I don't know if y'all have ever seen thumb drives, like the USB port in where you can plug it into your computer, right? They come like that. They come in, they look like credit card, debit cards now too. Okay. I believe it's decent. It has the biometric version too for the cold wallet. There's a bunch of them out there. All right. But they're offline. They are not like our apps on our phone. Everybody got it. So how many wallets can we have as retail investors? Give me the number in the chat. What are the two types? Oh, well, dang, I just said it. Okay, so brown sugar got it. I was trying not to say it. Okay, so what are the two types of wallets that we can have as retail investors? Type it in the chat real quick. Quick check on learning. What are the two types? You don't have to know specifically what they are. What are the two types? Cold or hot wallets. Good. Good students. Hot and cold. Hot and cold. Good students. There we go. Y'all are doing great. Okay. So those are the wallets that we can have. Now, I need to be clear on this, y'all. All right. Our crypto isn't inside the wallet. The wallet holds our keys, which I'm about to talk about now. Okay. So private keys, or you may hear seed phrases. All right. What's another one? You may hear recovery phrase or recovery phrases. Okay. They're all the same thing. So private keys, seed phrases, recovery phrases. This is your password to your money. Y'all, if you lose this password, I'm telling you now, there's no customer support that you can call to get it. There's no reset button. Your funds are gone. This is why earlier this week I was telling people that you must make sure that you are a responsible individual when you decide to come over here and invest and hold cryptocurrency yourself. If you know you have a tendency to not keep up with stuff, you have a habit of losing things, right? You have a habit of losing things. You might want to figure out how you can, safely store stuff and remember where it's at. Because if you don't remember it, like that dude that he said that somebody picked up his thumb drive or whatever, and his cold wallet, I think it was a ledger or whatever, picked it up. They was cleaning or whatever, and somehow it ended up in the dump, and he was attempting to get them to let him go out to the dump site, and not bringing it. It was a whole fiasco or whatever. And I was like, I don't know if that was real or not, but dog, you shouldn't have your stuff out for anybody to be able to just be able to see. Like, that makes no sense. Jen said, I'm going to tattoo my phrases in a hidden part of my body. Oh, shoot. That's funny. Oh, my gosh. The assistant said, I think that part is what makes some people nervous about it. Got to be self-disciplined. Yes. Yes. And I mean, it's understandable, y'all. But this is why I tell people there are multiple ways to get into this market. You can have crypto exposure through crypto ETFs, exchange traded funds through the stock market. I own Bitcoin. I hold Bitcoin, right? But I also have Bitcoin ETFs. Why? Because I'm like, look, I want to be able to make money off of this one asset multiple ways. Makes sense to me. I don't know about anybody else, but to me, it makes perfect sense. Why would I sit here and not put money into something else? So if you're that person that's not ready because you're not disciplined yet, right? And you want that security, you want more security on your side, then going the crypto ETF route may be more your speed. Especially if you want that regulation, even though we're in muddy waters right now with crypto still, but you have regulation on your side via the stock market. Make sense? It's still a higher risk investment, but you don't have to worry about, I got to keep up with these seed phrases, these private keys. Does that make sense? Thumbs up in the chat if that makes sense. Okay? I'm not telling anyone to invest in any crypto ETFs. I'm not telling anyone to invest in cryptocurrency. I'm just saying, if you know that you're not ready, that is an option. Just like you can invest in crypto-friendly stocks, not just crypto ETFs. Okay? There are companies that are very crypto friendly and use blockchain technology very heavy. So that's another route for you as well. All right. So there's ways to get into this market. You just got to find which way is best for you. And I will be covering crypto ETFs again later, just not today. All right. So hopefully we got it. We got it when it comes to our private keys. I'm trying to hurry up, y'all, because my throat, I feel it. I'm going to do what Jessica said. All right, another term. I only have a couple more terms, y'all. Another term, HODL, HODL. You're going to hear people refer to themselves as hodlers. HODL is HODL. That means hold on for dear life. Basically, that means don't panic sell, y'all. Don't sell at a loss because you're like, I don't understand the market. Y'all, this market, every market has cycles. What goes up must come down. That is a universal law. We all know that. Everything that goes up does not stay up forever. Everything that goes down, prayerfully, okay, if it's a good one, it will not stay down forever. I like that. Hold on for dear life. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that's just pretty much our way of saying that we're going to hold this asset because we believe in it. Okay. Whichever cryptocurrency you invest in. That's it. That's all. All right. So HODL, HODL. That is a term that you can write down. You will hear that quite frequently in this market. FOMO, 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 fear of missing out. Fear of missing out. Here's why this is going to be mentioned a lot in this market is because buying is because people may buy because the price is going up and they let their emotions take over. We don't do that over here. Anybody that has been following me for any amount of time on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, now TikTok, y'all, we don't do that. We take our time and we take advantage of these bear markets when the prices are constantly going down. Okay? Bear markets pretty much exist to punish the people who experience FOMO. So if you're like, oh my gosh, you have a tendency to panic buy, panic sell, you're going to get caught up and you're going to be upset. And then you're going to dog out the cryptocurrency market. No, dog, it's not the cryptocurrency market, it's you. Okay? It's not the cryptocurrency market. Cryptocurrency market is going to do what it does, that it's been doing since 2009. Okay? You just got to learn how it moves. You learn how it moves, now you can move better. All right? When I move, you move. Just like that, right? That's what we're doing. We ludicrous over here. All right? FOMO, that was it. FOMO, fear of missing out. Next one, DeFi. DEFI, DeFi is short for decentralized finance. Decentralized finance. This is another way to make money in this cryptocurrency market. Through lending, borrowing, earning yield. Like you can get rewards or you can earn more cryptocurrency for holding it on a network. So someone used the term staking earlier. That is you being able to say, hey, look, I want to stake some of my Ethereum, since we were talking about Ethereum, right? Stake some of my Ethereum. I want to earn more Ethereum. So now you can use my Ethereum, right? Oh my God. 1 second, y'all. I gotta hurry up because this is hurting. So we'll get into DeFi more in the future, okay? But those are some things that come with DeFi. All right, and that does not involve our banks. All right, I'm gonna give y'all this last one, and then I gotta go. Market cap, market cap, market cap, market cap. You're gonna hear this a lot when people talk about cryptocurrency. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all real fast where you can find it. There are multiple websites, y'all, so you don't have to use this one that I'm gonna give you, but there are plenty. Okay, this is just the one that I find is very beginner friendly. I was introduced to this one in the beginning. And so this helped me as a newbie into this space to navigate this website. All right. So let me show y'all. Hold on. My bad. Oh my gosh. I sure hope I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going to even say it out loud. I am healthy. I am well. Yep. I'm not even gonna claim that. Let me show y'all this chart real quick. Not chart, Jesus. Show y'all this website real quick. Miss Martine, thank you for showing up. Have a great night. Again, if y'all want to watch the replay, if you missed any part of this live stream on TikTok, or you have to go now, that's fine. You can check it out on YouTube. Watch the replay on YouTube. Okay, so this is the website, CoinGecko.com. CoinGecko.com is one of them. And then there's also CoinMarketCap.com. CoinGecko.com is one, and CoinMarketCap.com is another one. Thank you, Pharaoh Camden. I appreciate you. Have a good night. Okay? So when it says market cap, this is what they're talking about. This is the market cap for the entire cryptocurrency market. If you want to know what the market cap is for a specific cryptocurrency, you can either go to cryptocurrency by market cap, good night, Mr. Bill, or you can type it in. So since we were talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, I'm going to type in XRP real quick. And then I'll show y'all this. And then I have it on there. So you can search any cryptocurrency on here. All right. It says market cap. Boom. Okay. And if you want to know what it is, you can hover over this I. Everybody see that? And it says market cap equals current price times circulating supply. If you're like, what is the circulating supply? On Coin Market Cap, guess what you can do? Go down and it says circulating supply and it has the number. If you want to know what that means, you hover over the I. Cool? Okay. So this is CoinGecko.com. It is very beginner friendly. I've been using it since I got into the crypto space in 2020. All right. There's also CoinMarketCap.com as well. Mr. Big, call him Mr. Big. What's going on? All right. So now we went through all that. We've done our verses. We now have some oh my God, excuse me, y'all. You now have some terms, okay? You now have some terms to research, to understand, to know as a beginner. All right. So if you have made it this far, okay, you should now understand what cryptocurrency is. You should understand how blockchain works because we talked about that on Tuesday. You should understand now why Bitcoin is different from altcoins. You should even know what altcoins are at this point now because we have talked about them. We did a versus of Bitcoin versus Ethereum, pros and cons of both of those. We did a versus of Bitcoin versus XRP, the pros and cons of both of those. Okay. And then I just gave y'all some terms so that way you know the language that people are using here in this space every single day. There is a lot of terms that you're going to need to know, y'all. Trust me, you're going to learn them. Take your time and start learning. Okay. From here on out, everything is going to get easier. All right. It is. If you understood what was talked about tonight, trust me, it's not going to get harder. It's going to get easier. Okay. So next week, we're going to talk about wallets, specifically like breaking them down. Okay. We're going to talk about buying crypto safely. All right. And then we're going to talk about avoiding those beginner mistakes. All right. How we can avoid some of those beginner mistakes. So all of us that have been in the space for an extended period of time, we'll all be able to share those things with each other. Okay. So hopefully, I know y'all did. Y'all already told me y'all enjoyed tonight. I appreciate it. I'm glad y'all learned something new. So now here's your homework. Homework. Okay. I need y'all to, number one, research the cryptocurrency that you've heard about the most or that is of most interest to you. How can you do that? There is something called a white paper. These cryptocurrencies also have websites. The website that I just showed y'all, CoinGecko.com, when you go and type in the cryptocurrency that you're most interested in or that you want to research, typically on that same screen that I showed you, when you type it in, it should have the website of that particular cryptocurrency. If the white paper is available on CoinGecko.com, they'll have that as well. I know for some people, they're like, oh, CoinMarketCap too. Yes, you can use that as well, okay? But CoinGecko.com was very user-friendly, beginner-friendly for me when I started in 2020. So that's why I share that. That's why I share that with everybody, okay? So research the cryptocurrency that you've heard about the most or the one that you are most interested in, all right? 2, decide if this cryptocurrency is within your risk tolerance. If you feel like I could put money in here and leave it alone, I won't panic sell, I won't buy out of fear, I'm going to move like a real investor, an intelligent investor. Okay? That's the second part. I ain't saying anything about buying anything yet. Okay? I didn't say go buy anything yet. All I said is research and then decide if it's within your risk tolerance. Third part to your homework is review your budget. You cannot or should not invest in anything if you do not have a budget. If you do not know how much money you can put into a market safely and consistently without putting yourself into debt, you should not be putting money into that market. That's why a budget is very, 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 very important. Okay? Say be crypto curious. Yes. All right. So review your budget if you have one. If you don't have one, now is the time to get one. Okay. And then decide how much you would be comfortable with investing in this particular cryptocurrency, and then the frequency in which you're going to do it. So I gave y'all 3 things to do with your homework. So next week, when I come back to do the next crypto one-on-one, we will be moving on to wallets, buying crypto safely, and all that good stuff. Okay, JR, thank you for the follow. To be clear, one more time, I am not suggesting you purchase any cryptocurrency with this homework. Research. This is your time to research. We are in a bear market. When markets are down, that is the perfect time to study because you don't have to rush. There's no pressure for you to buy anything. So take your time, learn, study, apply, and then take note of the type of results you're getting. DT, welcome. All right. So tonight wasn't about telling you which coin is going to 10x. All right. It's not. That's not what we did tonight. It's about helping you understand what each one is built to do between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. So we should not be comparing the 3 because we now know tonight that they all have a different function. Okay? Bitcoin is about security and scarcity. Ethereum is about building and innovation. XRP is about speed and upgrading our financial institutions. They're not the same. So keep that in mind. You wouldn't sit here and use a freaking hammer, a laptop, and a doggone bank wire for the same job. So don't sit here and evaluate each one of these assets like they're competing for the same position. All right? So y'all don't need to predict the future. You just need to understand what's going on in this market. You'll be just fine. All right? That's it. If this live stream helped you and you came over and watched on YouTube, okay? Here's what I need you to do. Save this video, okay? YouTube is prosperity calls, y'all. Save this video because the next time you hear somebody arguing about Bitcoin versus Ethereum or XRP or whatever, you know, having their own little kind of like sports debate pertaining to cryptocurrency, you will want to come back and remember what each one actually does, okay? And then you can also share this with somebody who is confused by crypto. I'm about to leave too. Thank you so very much to assistant for coming through. I appreciate you. Okay? And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and drop replay because I'll come back in the comments and I'll holler at you. All right? So that's it, y'all. I will not be back on Tuesday because it's going to be Mardi Gras. So I'm going to be out and enjoying myself for Mardi Gras. So I will be back live for the next Crypto One-on-One on Thursday. Thursday, that is February 19th. February 19th, that'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific, okay? I'm going to leave y'all my favorite quote. And that is from the legend. His name is Arthur Ashe, and he says to start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Y'all have a great night, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.